Good night. My name is Abel Felipe Izquierdo, and I am to present a video about radiation. Thank you for showing me in this presentation. Radium was an important discovery in its time. The metal itself was isolated by Marie Curie and Andrew Deverne in 1911, utilizing the electrolysis of radium chloride. At Deverne's suggestion, they used a mercury cathode in which they liberate radium dissolved. Then it was heated to distill of the mercury, leaving the radium behind. Radium now has few use because it is so highly radioactive in health. Radium 223 is sometimes used to treat prostate cancer that was spread to the bones. Because bones contain calcium and radium is in the same group as calcium, used to target cancerous bone cells. It gives off alpha particles that can kill the cancerous cells. In industry, the use of radioisotopes and radiation in various forms developed an improvement of process as measurements, automation, and quality control. In addition, there are many types of radioactivity facilities that operate based on a radioactivity source using high pressure techniques. Radium is also used in luminous paints, for instance, in cloak and watch dials. The alpha rays could not pass through the glass or metal of the watch casing, considered not too hazardous to be used in this way. It is an energy source that guarantees energy supply. It emits a low amount of greenhouse gases pollutions associated with the use of fossil fuels. Reduced foreign energy depends on fossil fuels as oil electricity is produced constantly at predictable price. On the other hand, exposure to large amounts of radioactivity can cause nausea, vomiting, hair loss, diarrhea, hemorrhoid, destruction of the intestinal lining, central nervous system damage, and death. It also causes DNA damage and raises the risk of cancer, particularly in young children and fetus. The safety of operation staff is a prime concern in nuclear plants. Radiation exposure is minimized using remote handling equipment for many operations in the core of the reactor. Other controls include physical shielding and limiting the time workers spend in areas with significant radiation levels. Safety measures in modern nuclear plants, number one, adoption of structures based on technical studies and international standards, and whose objective is to avoid deterioration of the same can cause an accident. Second, location and adaptation of control points following security protocols in the evacuation of personnel at safe areas. Number three, preventive maintenance of monitoring equipment. Number four, use of the dosimeter by worker personnel and by the external staff during the visit. On the other hand, the medical use of ionizing radiation has expanded worldwide, advanced technology has opened new horizons to diagnostic and interventional radiology, nuclear medicine, and radiotherapy. While this has improved patient care, inappropriate or unsafe handling of radiation technology can also pose potential health risks for both patients and health workers. There is a need to maximize the benefits while minimizing the harms. Through the global initiative on radiation safety in healthcare settings is mobilizing the health sectors towards safe and effective use of radiation in medicine by integrating radiation protection into the concept of good medical practice and healthcare service quality. The initiative provides a platform for collaboration between multiple sectors and stakeholders to improve the implementation of radiation safety standards in healthcare settings. Radiological protection measure in health service. First, the further away you are from the equipment, the less radiation will be, which is a measure that causes less impact. Second, limitation of exposure times as a preventive measure will help exceed the limit established following safety regulations. And number three, as a security and protection mechanisms, maintenance must be established to avoid radiation leaks to already established areas. Wherever nuclear energy is produced, it must be produced self and securely, including the self-disposal of radioactive waste and the decommission of nuclear facilities. Failure to meet these requirements can lead to contamination impact vast areas, affecting the life and health of entry pollutions. Other condition that must be with the toxic environment is the sick building syndrome. It's a condition in which people in a building suffer from symptoms of illness or become infected with chronic disease from the building in which they work or raise. The outbreaks may or may not be a direct result of inadequate cleaning for inappropriate cleaning methods. SBS has also been used to describe staff concerns in post-war brutalist-style buildings with misplanned building aerodynamics, defects in the construction materials or assembly process, and or inadequate maintenance. Certain symptoms tend to increase in severity with the time people spend in the building, often improving over time or even disappearing when people are away from the building. That's all. Thank you so much for attention and thanks.